Techration is here at Lagos Slush'D 2025, Nigeria's first official slush event. Today, founders, investors, and tech leaders are gathering to spark bold ideas, share inspiring stories, and shape the future of innovation in Africa. Stay tuned for more insights.
In this collaboration between, for example, Nigeria and the Nordics, we have some Nordic delegation here. We need to think of it still as a sort of two-way street. This is not us from the Nordics coming in to tell you how to go about your business. This is very much an exchange. And in the Nordics, we could benefit from your spirit, the enthusiasm and joy with which you do everything that you do.
Panel sessions covered discussions on how Nigeria powers Africa's innovation with local solutions, AI's $2 trillion promise, and global fintech and film dominance.
Let me cite Ala Food, the owner of Dino Milk brand. They say that when they work in Nigeria, the most important thing for them is the S. It's the social sustainability, it's the human capital, it's bringing people together in a joint culture for new ways of working. It's the most important thing, because if they don't do that, they can't do the rest.
We as Africans, we as Nigerians, are building not just for convenience, we are building because we need to build. We have a lot of foundational challenges as a continent, as a country, which is Nigeria. And we cannot expect the foreigners to come and understand these challenges. We have to build from within. So the Builders era is characterized by founders like you and I, who, based on our understanding of our local challenges, are creating solutions that hit the heart of that challenge in a way that we can all resonate with.
AI could add up to $2 trillion to the economy of Africa over the next 10 years. Just to understand what 2 trillion means, the entire GDP of Africa is just under 3 trillion. So this is maybe 60-70% of Africa's GDP.
I fundamentally understand that Africa's greatest gift is not just our people. I would also say is our culture. I think one of the speakers, the guy from PLS, spoke about how even in fintech, we're finding a remodeling where local companies are having to even become 70% of the market in terms of offering innovative services. We are seeing that in filmmaking. I think about in the last few years, Nigerian movies are already surpassing international movies in our local cinemas. So what you're seeing is there's a local appreciation for African created, whether it's technology or storytelling or music.
Film industry experts share how policy and AI can boost African narratives globally.
That I kind of speak to someone in terms of understanding where our data sets are currently in the continent, what we need to do, being intentional about storytelling, because everything is based on storytelling, and AI learns from stories that we tell. So let's tell intentional stories. Let's feed the data set with the right type of story, so our future will be better than what we have today.
A movie is not just a piece of art, it's also a diplomatic tool. It's soft power. When you start to tell stories in international space, the world will recognize you. And I think we need to rediscover that and build the policies that can drive funding and capital structure, policies around distribution, policy around intellectual property, policies around piracy to prevent people from usurping other people's creative work. These things will improve our market value, right? And people will see it as more viable places to invest. So policies of bilateral trade agreements to support investment across different territories or regions, and more importantly, policy around taxes to help people who are coming to produce in Nigeria to enjoy tax rebates or significant tax discounts can really help us to grow the industry. I think we can do that.
Business owners and representatives discuss their objectives and motivations for attending Lagos Slush'D.
So basically what we tend to do in this event is to connect with as much as possible startups, in the sense that we could help them secure credit, we could help them with their technical implementation at no cost.
I think one of the key things about this event is spreading that whole paradigm of producing more solutions and tech out of Africa. Slush is very much about innovation, it's about entrepreneurship, it's about solving real problems. The additional thing about Slush is in Nigeria for the first time is understanding that we have certain problems that are very much, our context in Nigeria.
My main goal for attending this event is to meet with founders, meet with pioneers doing great stuff in Africa. As a business, we bet on African founders because we know that there is a win in that market. Their business is going to expand, they're going to hire more, they're going to get more work tools for people. And, it's just a win-win for us all around.
I really want the market to be aware of the kind of solutions that we build at PLS. But more importantly, I want Nigeria as a whole to understand that we have potential and we have to tap into that potential. We have a lot of foundational challenges that remain unsolved. PLS has taken the lead. We are focusing on enterprises, but there are so many other sectors that we can, we can tackle head on. And I think this is just really to get the word out there for people like me, people that are bold to take on these challenges.
Lagos Slush'D 2025 ends on a high note. Nigeria's innovators harness AI, fintech, and film to solve local problems backed by bold policies. Africa's potential shines brighter than ever. Olarinwaju Adeniyi, Tech Pression TV.